Hello, my stamping friends. It's Marilyn here at Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you on a Thursday night again for stamping fun with you. I have a card suitable for Father's Day, but also could be for masculine birthdays that I want to share with you tonight. But before I get to that, I would like to go over a number of other things, as I usually do, that are happening in the Stampin' Up world. And I want to thank you ever so much for joining me, whether this is your first time joining me or whether you're here each week. I love having this stamping community around me and helping me through my days. So please comment and let me know where you're coming from and what kind of day you've had, of course. We here in Spruce Grove had beautiful sunshine this morning. It was great to wake up and see the sunshine. And then about noon, it clouded over. Hasn't rained yet, but the rain is in the forecast. So I'm hoping that it won't rain too much in the next few days. I have family members leaving on a motorcycle trip on Saturday, and I really don't want them driving through the rain if they can help it. So let me know where you're from and hop on and say hello. I will look at the comments. I can watch some of them as I'm doing this. As you know, I'm still learning this new system. And I will comment if I can, but if not, please know that I do appreciate every one of you, and I will go back and read them all and comment afterwards. So let's carry on. You can see my host code there that's happening. If you do not have a demonstrator and are in Canada, I'd love to help you out with your shopping. And if your order is under $200, I would appreciate it if you use that host code. And thank you to everyone who has used it. It's been a great month so far. I also have some classes I want to tell you about. 12 months of Christmas card classes happen the second Thursday of every month, and we are having a great time with that. We are enjoying Christmas cards, just crafting together. It's on Zoom, so anyone from anywhere in Canada can join. Just let me know. You'll find all the information either on my website or my social media, and I would love to have you join me. The other thing that I have each month is a monthly card class. And again, I supply kits for that. And we make 3 cards there, just usually using newly introduced things, but quite often it's just touching on some of the things in the catalog that we maybe haven't seen yet. So some great fun there. And also every Friday, we do have a Zoom with Friends class. And this one has turned out to be way more than I ever expected. I started it in 2020 when COVID shut us all down from in-person things. And I've gained so many great friends through it. And each week we look forward to stamping together. The gals who join me do take turns teaching us as well. And we just have a great time. It's recorded, so if you can't make it that week, you can always watch what's happening and do it later. So having said all of that, I'm going to hop out of there and go over to some of the items that are, if I can figure out how to run this screen. There we go. Some of the things that are happening on the Stampin' Up world. Last chance. This is products out of the current mini catalog that will no longer be available after the end of June or when supplies run out. And I just checked the website before I came on, and there are a few bundles that are sold out. There are some stamp sets sold out, and there is one designer paper, and I will go over the designer paper once I turn you down to my desk. And if you're looking for any of those products, plus in this list, I was totally amazed at how so many of the die sets were on for half price. So there are discounts, as you can see on this graphic, some of them up to 50% off. So a great deal for you there. The next one I have to share with you is the BOGO sale, which quite often when companies have that, it's a buy one, get one. They're calling it that, but the get one is 50% off. And those are all the kits that are currently available. And the highest priced one is the one that gets to be a half price. So another great deal. If you're interested in the kits, I will be hosting a Zoom class just to put the kits together I have one here that I've had for a while and haven't put together. So I'd love to have somebody join me with doing that. Right now it's tentatively set for June 29th in the evening, but that may be changing to the first week in July, I think. So just stay tuned for that. And last but not least, I have coming with a new catalog. I will be doing a paper share again. And for this, and I realize that graphic's a bit small, but there will be 6x6 designer paper of all of these different packages, as well as cardstock to go with them. So a great deal for you to get your hands on just some of the paper and see what it looks like. So having said that, I think I'm ready to switch you down to my desktop and show you a few more things there, and then we are going to make a card together. So I'm seeing names. Thank you ever so much for Linda, Gail, Tracy, Faye, Bonnie, Marie. Thank you all for joining. Great to see you. And here is my desktop. So please keep commenting, chatting with each other. And Sharon, good to see you too. So we will carry on. This is the mini catalog that is retiring. So if there's things in there that you were kind of holding off on, I wouldn't hold off much longer because, like I say, that sale products are selling out, and we wouldn't want to you to miss out on any of them. And I have gone through, oh, it's my catalog that's upstairs. I was going to say, I've gone through and marked percents off on them, but I didn't bring that one down. So let me know if you have any questions on that. I have in my hands, and I did finally get some yesterday to give out, the Sale-A-Bration and the new mini. So if you do not have one, I believe the mailing selector, I saw a couple posts today in the States that they were starting to receive them. So here in Canada, we should have them hopefully before too long. But I can't show you inside, but I can tell you they are amazing. And I have received an order, but I'm not going to show you that tonight, just because there's so many other things that we can do without even having that particular catalog products. Although I do know some of you have them, be sure and share on here, even jot down what some of your best liked ones are. And I will just go over these. The New Horizons paper is sold out. So I don't know, Karen, if you're on here, but the other day we talked about this in my team meeting, and one of the gals said, oh, well, we know Karen has lots if we really need some. So it was a great paper. I do have some yet, which I will be using on some projects, but you can't get it anymore. The other papers, the Flowering Fields, which we call the tulip paper, is on from $15.75 to $11.02. Heart and Home is discounted a bit, down to $14. Sweet Talk, which is more the Heart Valentine one, was $7.87, so that's half price on that one. The Hey Sports Fan, this bundle was on the discontinued list tonight when I looked, but I think the paper's still available, and again, it's a half price one. Symbols of Fortune, I know that bundle is gone, and I believe the stamp set is gone in that one. But the paper is still there, and it's gorgeous paper. We used it a couple weeks ago with my sample. Artfully Composed is discounted a bit. And Abstract Beauty, this is the set, or the bundle that was 4x6, just a new measurement that Stampin' Up! It came out with, but it had lots of gold and glitzy kind of looking things there. So just a bit on that. Oh, question. I had a question all thought up for you guys. I forgot to tell you. My question for you, as you're waiting for me to carry on, is, as you know, Father's Day is coming, and that's the card I'm going to do today, and highlight this particular set. Actually, not the set. I don't have the set, but I do have the paper, and I'm going to work with it. But my question is, tell me one of your happiest memories of a father in your life. Doesn't necessarily have to be your father, but maybe it's your husband with how he's treated your kids. A I have lots of fond memories of my dad, who left us unfortunately back in 1988, but we had music in our lives. He played the fiddle, and well, he could play almost any instrument, but we played in a band for years, and it was just great. Now when I hear what my kids call really old time music, I can see my dad hopping around on the stage, dancing to it, singing with it, whatever. So that's my favorite memory of my dad being here with us. And of course, miss him dearly, like all of you would if you don't have your dad. So anyway, jot that in. That's something for you to think of. This bundle, He's the Man, they came out with something really different this time. Is that this paper, it's designer paper, but included with it is two sheets. Try not to make too much noise here for you. 2 sheets of what we're calling die cuts. Oh yeah, of course it's not going to come out of the package very easy for you to see, but I will do this with it. And these die cuts are all available for you to punch out and put on your projects. So what I've done with one of them is actually punch them all out and put them in one of our clear envelopes so that I can get at them. And that's what I'm going to use tonight for my project. It has a great group of sayings as well. And these that are colored like this mean that there is a die to cut them out. So the die set, again, it has a lot of what we'd almost call standalone dies that you could use without even having the stamp set. So a perfect bundle to purchase. So this is the card I started out with as a sample. I used I'm going to call them stickers. They're not, they don't have adhesive on them, but they are the shape of stickers that you could put on. So I just thought it was a really neat design. And for those of you who need it to stand up, it does stand up. And I added some of the matching paper to the envelope. So I'm just going to show you that and the sizes of what I have. Whoops. And all my little pieces are falling off here. It has the colors. I'll just give you those. Basic black, Cajun craze, crushed curry, early espresso, Sahara sand, and soft succulent. So this soft succulent is this green. So for this one, I have my 6 by 2 1/4 for my envelope flap. I have the card base is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4, so our regular size there. I'm going to mount designer paper 5 1/4 by 4. Then for the greeting flap, I'm calling it. It is a piece that's 10 1/2 by 2 1/2, scored at 5 1/4, so it will still fit on there. Then the inside piece, 5 by 2 1/4 to write on, and a 5 by 2 1/4 of your designer paper. So a quick and easy card that is easy to put together if you were needing a number of them. As you need your cards for monthly cards or birthday cards, whenever you do need them, I find that I need lots of them all at once. So I'm always looking for ones that I can do quickly like this. So I love this paper. We used to do a lot of camping. I did some camping with my dad too. I can remember we had a truck and camper, and our kids were, I don't know, maybe 7 and 10 or whatever, and we went to Barkerville in BC and with my mom and dad. And our son still talks about Grandpa teaching him how to mine for gold. And that was one of his favorite things from that. I see some comments on your favorite memories, so that's great. I'm going to definitely enjoy those later tonight. So I'm just going to attach this, and I'm not measuring, I'm eyeballing. Do you guys do that? Do you ever look at it and think, oh, it must fit there, and then all of a sudden you think, oh, that wasn't very good? I did discover today I was doing a sample I'm hoping to share at Stamping Staycation. Yes, we are working on that, even though it's not going to be till October. Now that we have access to the holiday catalog, we are starting to work on that. And my choice today was a card I was working on, and I put a piece down and it didn't look right. And sure enough, it wasn't right, so I had to take it off. So I was quick enough to do that, but I'll have it perfected before staycation. I guarantee you that. So I'm going to stamp just like I did on this one. Just a happy Father's Day. I'm going to, I have a card made already for my hubby for Father's Day, but we do have a son and we have a son-in-law, so I think I know where these are going. So the clear blocks are great. You can see through them. I stamped that a little bit to one side. I think I did that before. You know what? It must be the way the stamp's made, right? If I did it twice, wouldn't you think? Anyway, that's all the stamping I'm going to do. And that stamp is from this set, which I really, really like. Try not to put the glare on it for you. But Celebrating You, and look at all the different sayings and the different fonts. You have so many choices with it. It is one that was carried over from the mini catalog to the annual one, so I was quite pleased to see that. So again, I'm just going to attach this. That's what your eyeballs are for. Yes, Gail. That's all of that. Okay, so then my next idea was that I'm going to put my designer paper on first, and I'm going to just attach these probably with some dimensionals because I like a little bit of height to them, but otherwise most of it can be done with liquid glue or your tape runner if you have that you like to use. I know everybody's got their favorite, and I see Bonnie, you're on here. I know your favorite is the liquid glue. The rest of you, tell me, what is your favorite and why? Have you tried all of them? I recently watched a demonstrator share a YouTube video on different types of adhesive, and I had forgotten some of the ones she talked about. So I'm thinking that perhaps that will be something I'll do in the future, is do the same kind of thing, is go over the adhesives and what would be good to use for what. This looks like a rip-roaring fire if he's out camping, doesn't it? And you'll notice I'm using just the edges of my dimensionals because I don't waste them. They're definitely still sticky and usable. I like that little trailer, so I'm going to leave it visible. So there basically is my card. I do have a couple of little stars because whoever this goes to is a star. That really looks crooked for some reason, but maybe if I write crooked, it won't make any difference. So I'm just going to attach those for a little bit extra. And then I'm going to go on to the envelope. Do you fancy up your envelopes? Do you stamp on them? Do you put designer paper like this, or do you? I've also done embossing folders on them. The only thing with that, I find when I do go to whoops, don't do that. If I run it through the embossing folder, when I go to seal it, I've got the roughness here to work with. So I have to be a little bit careful with that. Please don't run away. I have some swap cards, some happy mail to share with you, as well as as I usually do, I have a draw to do for the winner from last week's card. So if I use these for my son and son-in-law, I will make another one to give you with perhaps not the Father's Day on it, because Father's Day will be gone by the time you would get it. So let me know what you think. So I am going to, now that that's dried just a little bit, I'm just going to trim it around the envelope. And I hope I put it on right side up. But a quick way to, if you've got stamps that you're using, you could certainly stamp on the envelope. I just did that for my team swap. Those of you on my team that are on here, you'll be happy to know that I've got my swap cards ready to mail. So pretty fast, eh? So isn't that neat? If you got that in the mail, wouldn't you be excited? So which do you like better? The Cajun Craze or the soft succulent? Let me know. And I will gather up my other cards to show you. Although I'm not usually a green person, I don't know if that's the right term, but I prefer this one myself. But this one is very nice as well. I did use an embossing folder on the cardstock back here because I did not put designer paper on that one. So lots of different options for what you can do there. So see a couple soft succulents, like both of them. Thank you, thank you. I have a few other cards that I have received in swaps from that set. So I'd like to show you. This one has some of the die cuts going different directions. That's cut with the dies. And then this is one of the punched out images. This one, more punched out images as well as more die cuts. And of course, always the metallic pearls, or that isn't what they're called, but you know what I mean. Metallic really adds to it. This one is done totally with the punch outs and the designer paper and the black dots. This one has the same car on it that this one did, and it has just a bit more, and it's one of the ones that you could use as a like attach a gift card to it there as well. So great ideas with that set. And now I will move on to some other cards that I have to share with you. This one and this one are ones that I did last week in our Friday Zoom class, that we were taught the floating design where you attach strips of paper to the window sheets kind of thing. If you don't have window sheets, there's usually a piece of heavy plastic in your stamp set that you can cut out and use. So a great idea. I did the circle and I did a square. We've had people do hearts, ovals. You could do any shape that you can cut. And we discovered through, I think, Marie, you were one of the ones that discovered it, that you could put it all on and then die cut it. You didn't have to do the die cutting first. So again, some great choices that we could have there. This is a happy mail. As you can see, love the writing, love the stamping. There's a stamp on the envelope and a card from Deb. Thank you, Deb. I don't know if you're on here, but I do know you come back and watch once in a while. And I've never seen that before, just a cute knot on there, some of the little butterflies, and a little note inside saying I didn't sign it, so if you need to use it, just go ahead and use it. So thanks, Deb. That's a great card. Another couple of cards. These are from my monthly card club that we just did. This die is in the same set as this one, only this is the, what was it called? Shimmer Supple. It's the pink and the blue, pink and blue. In the catalog, they call it blue, but we called it more the pool party. And it is retiring. So if you're looking for that, and the new fern embossing folder adds great raised image to the background and a bit of the twine. So that was that one. Another one with that same Only this is done, this again is from our card class. This is done with the linen paper. And we had many discussions on how when we were doing this. It comes with an adhesive backing, which does stick. It's stuck to the card, but the paper came off quite easily with it. And once it was cut out, we just colored it with blending brushes, or you can color it with the blends, with markers. You can stamp on it. We tried that. And then embellished with, of course, with the rhinestones. And another one, the double Z fold that I'm sure you've all seen. But again, this Hues of Happiness paper is beautiful, beautiful. I've already gone through a package and a half of that, so I'm sure there will be more. And this is my swap card. As I mentioned, I've finished my swaps for my team already, and I've used that Happiness Abounds set, which, as you can see, goes with this. But I just stamped the background and used the Stamparatus to do all my stamping on here, because I made eight altogether. And the opals, the 20, 21, 23 in color opals. So this matches the paper. And then I did a stamp on the inside, and I also did a stamp on the envelope, which I don't have here to show you. But those are my shares for today. So let's see any pressing questions. Now, I will show you again. This is what we made last week. So I do have the draw ready. As long as it's all going to work, we're going to go there. Just a sec till I figure out. So let me know what you've been working on as well. And I know that Kathleen, you have been creating lots and sharing with us, and I love it. Thank you so much for doing that. It's great to see what others make and come up with. So I have last week's Facebook Live location loaded in here. I've got 14 comments, and I'm going to choose the random winner. And you can see your names just flying by there. And Sharon, you are the winner of the card this week. So congratulations, Sharon. So I will go back here, stop the sharing, and see if I can just talk to you. Thank you. Good to see you all. I hope that you've enjoyed that. Gail, you made a slimline card with strawberries today. Perfect. That's a great card to work with. Slimline cards are beautiful. Really, really enjoy them. So I want to thank you again for joining me. And as always, if you have questions of any kind, just be sure and let me know. I'm sure most of you know where to find me. And I will hopefully plan something for next Thursday, and we'll see what we can come up with. So take care now. Talk to you soon. Bye now.